Well, my friends, there is disaster in the retail sector. Best Buy is laying off hundreds of store workers as more of its shoppers buy online and sales of consumer electronics weaken. Retailers, including Best Buy, have struck a cautious tone as shoppers pull back in some categories like consumer electronics. Best Buy said in a statement it is evolving our stores and the experiences we offer to better reflect the changes in customer shopping behavior. This is all part of what is known as the retail ice age. The last 2 Walmart locations in Portland are permanently shutting their doors. The closures, which were announced in late February, mean nearly 600 employees are being laid off. You have probably already heard that Kohl's has been in trouble for a while now. Similarly, Bed Bath & Beyond is heading into what might be its last holiday season. Saddled with huge debt on its balance sheet and an unimpressive product lineup, financial disaster appears to be on the horizon. What does all of this mean for the retail industry? What does this mean for the US economy? And what does this mean for the future of the United States? But, before we get into all of that, please hit the like button and leave us a comment below. We would love to hear from you. Please subscribe and hit the bell icon so that you are notified when new videos are released. And, before we continue, a word from the sponsor of this video. Today's sponsor is InnerLife.com, creator of the InnerLife STS system. InnerLife STS is a cloud mobile platform for mental health care and its integration with primary medical care. InnerLife STS is designed for assessment, data collection and analytics, documentation, and progress tracking. InnerLife STS creates and composes conceptualized narratives and builds them into professional-grade reports. These reports are designed for use by mental health professionals, primary care physicians, justice system professionals and universities and include mental health assessment reports, mental health treatment reports, and treatment progress reports. And InnerLife STS uses doctor-selected pseudonames for all patients. So, only your doctor knows your identity. Be sure to talk to your doctor about InnerLife STS. Best Buy said Friday that it is laying off hundreds of store workers across the country as more of its shoppers buy online and sales of consumer electronics weaken. A spokesperson for the company confirmed the layoffs, but declined to share the specific number. We are evolving our stores and the experiences we offer to better reflect the changes in customer shopping behavior, as well as how we organize our teams to ensure we continue to provide our expertise, products and services in the best way possible, Best Buy said in a statement. The retailer framed the job cuts as a shift in its priorities. Best Buy plans to add thousands of customer-facing employees and invest in growing areas, such as its Total Tech membership program and its health business, continued the statement. As of the end of January, Best Buy had more than 90,000 employees in the US and Canada. That's a drop from the nearly 125,000 workers that it had in early 2020. The jobs market in the US remains strong and labor market continues to be tight. The unemployment rate was 3.5% as more people got back to work after the COVID pandemic, according to the recent jobs report from the Labor Department. Yet retailers, including Best Buy, have struck a cautious tone as shoppers pull back in some categories like consumer electronics. Retailers have seen softer sales of discretionary merchandise as consumers pay more for necessities because of inflation and spend more on services again, such as booking flights or dining at restaurants. Best Buy is also following a period when many of its customers sprang for new laptops, kitchen appliances and home theater systems during the early years of the pandemic. Much of what it sells are big-ticket items that people don't replace frequently. Digital sales have become a more meaningful part of its business, too. About a third of Best Buy's U.S. sales came from its online business in the fiscal year that ended in late January compared to 19% in the fiscal year that ended in late January 2020, the company's CEO Corie Barry said on its fourth quarter earnings call. Sales made by phone, through chat or virtually have also grown, she said. Still, Best Buy's roughly 900 stores in the U.S. remain an important part of Shift. Barry said more than 40% of online sales are picked up in stores. Best Buy is a consumer electronics retailer that was founded in 1966 by Richard Schultz and Gary Smoliak under the name Sound of Music. The first store was opened in St. Paul, Minnesota, and the company specialized in selling high-fidelity stereos and other home audio equipment. In 1983, the company underwent a major transformation and was renamed Best Buy Company, Inc. The new name reflected the company's focus on consumer electronics and its commitment to providing the best possible shopping experience to its customers. Throughout the 1980s and 1990s, Best Buy expanded rapidly, opening stores across the United States and eventually becoming one of the largest electronics retailers in the world. The company also began to diversify its product offerings, selling not only home audio equipment but also computers, televisions, appliances, and other electronics. In the early 2000s, Best Buy faced increased competition from online retailers such as Amazon.com and struggled to maintain its market share. However, the company was able to weather the storm and continue to grow by investing in its e-commerce capabilities and expanding into new markets. In 2012, Best Buy appointed a new CEO, Hubert Joly, who implemented a turnaround strategy that focused on improving customer service, optimizing the company's supply chain, and reducing costs. This strategy was successful, and Best Buy was able to increase its revenue and profitability in the following years. Today, Best Buy is one of the largest electronics retailers in the world, with over 1,000 stores in North America and a significant online presence. The company continues to innovate and adapt to changing consumer preferences, and it remains a leader in the retail industry. This is part of what is often referred to as the retail ice age. A retail ice age is a term used to describe the multitudes of stores that are closing lately due to inflation, shoppers' habits shifting to e-commerce, and more. It is a term used to describe the current state of disruption and transformation in the retail industry. It refers to the challenges faced by traditional brick-and-mortar retailers who are struggling to adapt to changing consumer behaviors, increasing competition from e-commerce companies, and shifting market dynamics. The term Ice Age is used to describe this phenomenon because it suggests a time of frozen stasis, where the old ways of doing things are no longer effective, and retailers are facing significant difficulties in adapting to the new reality of the market. The retail Ice Age is characterized by a number of trends, including the growth of e-commerce, the rise of mobile shopping, and the increasing importance of data-driven personalization and customization. Retailers who fail to adapt to these new realities risk being left behind, as consumers continue to shift their purchasing habits online and demand more personalized and convenient shopping experiences. However, those who are able to adapt and innovate are likely to emerge stronger, as they find new ways to engage with consumers and meet their evolving needs. Since the start of 2023, several beloved brands like Party City and Tuesday Morning have filed for Chapter 11 bankruptcy protection. Chapter 11 bankruptcy typically allows a business to keep trading while it restructures its debts. Many retailers are impacted by this so-called retail apocalypse. The Fed rate hikes have slowly started to reduce inflation, yet prices remain high. Unemployment figures persist at record lows, despite many large employers cutting back. And consumer spending is tightening in preparation for bumps in the year ahead. This volatile mix of economic data may lead several retailers to use the bankruptcy process to stay viable. The following retailers are at risk of a possible Chapter 11 filing. Bed, Bath & Beyond. Is it beyond saving? Several of the company's key suppliers and smaller vendors stopped shipping to the company or were not accepting new orders. In addition, can the retailer of home goods and college furnishings survive with the looming education cliff, which is where college enrollments are expected to contract significantly? Jo-Ann Fabrics, now formerly known as Jo-Ann, faces declining sales, comps, margins, and increasing costs, creating an uphill battle for the crafts retailer. Sales were $562.8 million, almost an 8% decline, and that to improve its liquidity and balance sheet, the company said it is suspending its quarterly dividend. Can the retailer survive without filing for Chapter 11? AMC. Rumors persist that first and second lien holders are working with restructuring advisors. Further, allegations continue that Sam Bankman-Fried's FTX may have manipulated AMC stock. Dollar General. Actually, many middle and high-income shoppers are now going to the retailer, which is good news. But, like Bed, Bath & Beyond, the retailer is closing stores. Will all the newly opened stores pre-COVID cause Dollar General to use bankruptcy to reduce its footprint in the new year due to labor shortages and supply chain issues? Mattress Firm. Previously, Mattress Firm emerged from Chapter 11 in 2018 with a reduced footprint. However, bedding demand is in decline as consumers cut spending. Rite Aid. This Philadelphia-based company had three major red flags, which persist to date: deteriorating financing, inability to deleverage, and rock bottom valuation. Fitch Ratings downgraded Rite Aid's long-term issuer default rating to C from B. Higher costs related to its plan to close stores, rising pressure on consumer spending, and supply chain concerns do not bode well for Rite Aid. The Gap. Despite the rosy sales figures last quarter, there is much concern that supply chain issues and expected lower consumer spending could severely affect sales in the first part of the new year. Kohl's, one of the last department stores. During the company's third quarter earnings call, sales decelerated in October and early November compared to the year prior. Thin margins with inflation and a decline in discretionary spending are squeezing the company and could lead to a bankruptcy filing. The deteriorating macroeconomic environment has intensified the problems and worsened relations. But, what do you think? Please hit the like button and leave us a comment below. We would love to hear from you. Please subscribe and hit the bell icon so that you are notified when new videos are released. Please share this video on social media. Thank you for watching.